Huwag kang magtago dyan sa likod ng parliamentary privilege. Ulitin mo yung sinabi mo rito. Ulitin mo sa harapan ko. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari. Ito wag eh. Ayaw magsalita pag nasa labas. Nagtatago doon sa privilege niya. Huwag yung nagtatago ka dyan. Tapang-tapang mo pag nasa kongreso ka eh.
Breaking news, mga kabalita! Narito ang latest press conference headline.
If you recall, noon pong nililitis o dinidinig yung tungkol sa mga pogo, kinatawan ko po roon. Nirepresent ko si Miss Catherine Cassandra Leong. At lahat naman po tayo saksi sa ginawang paglabag sa mga karapatan ni Miss Cassie Leong. Specifically, not only the deprivation of the right to counsel, but physically, this was unprecedented in legislative history in this country. Nahaharangin mo yung abogado at hindi mo palalapitin sa kanyang kliyente during a legislative hearing, sapagkat ang karapatan na magkaroon ng abogado upang makipagsangguni ang isang testigo sa legislative hearing ay ginagarantiya ng walang iba kundi ng ating saligang batas. Number 2, pagwawarning sa abogado na huwag bigyan ng payo ang kanyang kliyente. Saang planeta po acceptable ang ganoong behavior? Nasasabihin mo, Attorney Topacio, do not approach your clients, otherwise you will be cited in contempt. How is that even possible? Number 3, yung hindi po pagbigay ng right to remain silent and the right against self-incrimination sa isang testigo. At si Congressman Fernandez, bagamat hindi abogado, hindi ko naman sinasabing kapag hindi ka abogado ay hindi mo na alam ang batas. Ngunit, sinasabi na nga po sa kanila, or dapat, a person who is in the legislature should be charged with knowledge of the law. Because, number 1, they are lawmakers. Paano kang gagawa ng batas kung ikaw ay walang alam sa batas? Pwede naman pong basahin ang mga desisyon. Tama naman, to an extent, si Congressman Fernandez, pwede kang mag-google. At mag-google mo yung mga kaso. At kung meron kang hindi naintindihan sa kaso, meron ka namang legal staff siguro. O itanong mo sa kapwa mo, man na abogado, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? At pinoint out na nga po sa kanila na sa napakaraming kaso, the right to remain silent and the right against self-incrimination may be invoked not only in criminal proceedings but in all proceedings, civil, administrative, legislative. At pinakita na nga po sa kanila ang batas. Pinoint out na nga po sa kanila yung batas. Bakit ayaw pa nilang sundin? That is also against the oath that they have taken when they took their oath of office to defend and protect the Constitution and the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and pronouncements of the Supreme Court, according to our civil code, are part of the law of the land. So yan po ang isang violation, ano? Number 2, yun pong the right of a witness to be treated with dignity and with respect. Kapag ikaw ay tinatawag, na violate po yan. Binabastos po nila ang mga witnesses, not only my client. But of course, I have no right to complain on behalf of the other witnesses who are also represented by counsel. Yun po, number 3, yung pronouncements, very unparliamentary, Alam niyo po, in all parliaments in the entire civilized world, meron pong language na tinatawag nila unparliamentary. Di ba? Ayaw na ayaw nila si Pangulong Duterte. Sinabi nila, do not use offensive words. Pero bakit sila? Tatawagin nilang pathological liar, puro ka pa cute, puro ganon. Tatakutin mo pa. Misleading the witness, sasabihin pa, tignan mo itong mga napatay, di umano dahil daw ng pogo. Tignan mo yan, we will grant you immunity if you testify against them. That is misleading. The legislature cannot grant immunity. It is only the prosecution in certain cases and the prosecution with the consent of the court in other cases that may grant immunity by way of making a witness a state witness. It is not for the legislature to grant immunity. They can only grant transactional immunity, which I can explain later on, but they cannot grant complete immunity. So, pagsama-samahin nyo yan, ayaw nilang pakausap sa abogado bago tatakutin nila para magsalita against her right to self-incrimination and against the right to remain silent. Pagkatapos, igagrant mo na, papangakuan mo ng immunity na wala ka namang kapangyarihang ibigay. All of these are unparliamentary conduct. And nakalagay po, may rules of conduct, hindi lamang ang miyembro ng mababang kapulungan, kundi ang mga public officials on how they conduct themselves. And it is my respectful contention that Congressman Fernandez has violated these norms of conduct. Ngayon, bakit sa Ethics Committee? Kasi may nakalagay po sa ating konstitusyon na yung mga ginagawa po ng isang miyembro ng lehislatura, they can only be made liable therefore in no other place than the legislature. That's why may Committee on Ethics. They are supposed to police themselves. Now huli na po, bago tayo pumunta rito, and I feel this is also of equal importance in this case. Sasabihin nila, walang mangyayari dyan sa complaint mo kasi sila din yan eh. Si Congressman Espares ang head ng Committee on Ethics. Magtatakpan lang nila yung sarili nila. Well, unang-una, I would like to give our lawmakers, at least the majority, the benefit of the doubt. Although I doubt the benefit. Ngunit, by doing this, I want to prove two things. Number one should not sit idly by while the rights of persons are being trampled upon by the legislature. Dapat may magreklamo rito. Otherwise, gagawin nilang palagi yan sa lahat ng witnesses. Notwithstanding the caveat of the Supreme Court in Ong versus Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, which by the way, I argued before the Supreme Court, which says that all witnesses must be given due process. Bina-violate na po nila yan. Number two, by filing this, I want to hold a mirror up to our honorable congressmen. Tignan nga po natin, tignan nyo ang sarili nyo kung anong ginawa nyo sa mababang kapulungan, which is supposed to be an august body, which is supposed to be populated by honorable men and women, kaya nga honorable ang tawag sa inyo eh. Are you really honorable? Are you really august? Kaya nyo bang ipolice ang inyong ranks? Do you still have any shred of decency left in your bodies para makita na mali ang ginagawa ng isang miyembro ninyo at disiplinahin ninyo? Because by no stretch of the imagination is such conduct exhibited by Congressman Fernandez allowable or should be countenanced or tolerated by anyone. Sabi niya, ito, verbatim quote to. Maiksi lang po ito. Please bear with me. Sabi niya, we are giving you the opportunity. The fastest way. He was addressing my client. Here kasi in aid of legislation kami. But of course, certain lawyers, law firm. Siyempre gusto nila mahabang proseso sa korte, di ba? You know that. Because ano yan, may bayad ng lawyers eh, di ba? I want to give Miss Cassandra Lee this Republic Act 6981 para for her to contemplate while she is in our custody. Kasi, basahin mo mabuti ito. we are helping you. Huwag kang maniwala sa lawyer mo. I mean, let's face it, they want to prolong your cases. Why? Of course, we know that. Kaya si Atty. Topacio, alam mo naman si Atty. Topacio. So now, it's our time to get even. Can you imagine using the legislative bully pulpit to get even? Pahabain niya ng kaso para makuha niya lahat ng pera mo. That's why I challenged him and I challenge him again. Dan, huwag kang magtago dyan sa likod ng parliamentary privilege. Ulitin mo yung sinabi mo rito. Ulitin mo sa harapan ko. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari. Ito wag eh. Ayaw magsalita pag nasa labas. Nagtatago doon sa privilege niya. Oh. I challenge him again. Dan, harapan. Sige, sabihin mo sa harap ko yan. Huwag ka namang matakot sa akin. Ang liit-liit ko. May problema pa yung tuhod ko. Pero, ulitin mo sa harap ko. Huwag yung nagtatago ka dyan. Tapang-tapang mo pag nasa kongreso ka eh. Bago i-file sa Ethics Committee. But, pinirmahan ko na to, nanotaryohan ko na, pinapasok ko yung in-house notary namin ng alas 8 ng umaga para pag pinirmahan ko, masumpaan ko. And then, he is the one on his way, Attorney Rafael Antonio Andrada, will be the one to file this. Hindi naman po kailangang personal ako mag-file. For today, yes. It will be filed today. Kasi, alam nyo, I just want to show some members of Congress that you cannot abuse your rights and privileges without encountering pushback. Ito ha, ikwento ko lang. Ngayon, umpisahan nila yung TRICOM hearing on guidelines daw, on fake news. Kasi, eto, get this ha, get this. Kaya nila ginawa yung TRICOM na yun dahil may mga fake news daw na targeted against members of the Quadcom. Unang-una, kung alam mo ang iyong konstitusyon, you cannot do that. You cannot start legislation for the benefit of a particular class of people. That is class legislation that is prohibited under the Constitution. Hindi pwedeng gagawa kami ng batas para sa amin lang. That's unallowable class legislation. Gagawa ka ng batas, mag-iimbestiga ka dahil kinikriticize ang Quadcom. Saang planeta na naman pwede yan? Baka sa alternate universe. Hindi po pwede yun. If you make legislation, unless merong class legislation, but make criteria. You cannot make legislation just to benefit a particular set of people. Basahin nyo yung si Barok. Sino yung apelido ni Barok? Yung tracker na laging nagdidemanda sa Supreme Court. Yung against the Truth Commission na kinonstitute ni Noynoy. Sinabi niya to investigate the abuses during the Arroyo administration. You cannot do that. That is class legislation and that law was struck down by the Supreme Court. Bakit i-concentrate mo sa criticism sa Quadcom? Meron bang kailangang batas pa? Meron na po tayong, we have the strictest libel law in the entire globe. In the entire world, tayo po yung pinapamahigpit na libel law. Isa tayo sa very few countries na criminalized pa ang libel. Meron pa tayong cyber libel. Meron pa tayong civil action under the Civil Code for defamation, fraud, and physical injuries kung pwedeng humingi ka ng danyos for civil libel ang tawag doon. Ano bang kailangan mong batas? Bago sasabihin nila, tatawagin daw nila yung mga representatives sa social media platforms, TikTok, X, Meta, di ba? Titignan nila kung anong guidelines against criticism ng Quadcom. That is prior restraint that is also prohibited under the Constitution. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, kung ikaw ay mambabatas, magpasa ka naman ng batas o magpaturo ka ng batas sa nakakaintindi sa batas. Hindi pwedeng puro Google. Hindi pwedeng puro Google. Mahirap pong batas. Kaya nga 4 na taon namin pinag-aaralan yun. Yung iba may bumabagsak pa nga. Uulit-ulit. After namin mag-aral ng 4 years ng bachelor's degree, mag-aaral na naman kami ng another 4 years ng batas. Magre-review pa kami ng 6 na buwan bago maging abogado. Kung sasabihin mo, makukuha sa Google yung sagot, hindi po. That is prior restraint. That is censorship. That is an abomination in a democratic government. Censorship, kaya nga wala na yung Board of Censors, di ba? That is prior restraint. Hindi mo pwedeng gawin yun. Ngayon, uubusin mo na naman yung pera ng gobyerno. Paglalagay ka na naman ng batas na useless, na pagdating sa Korte Suprema, i-strike down for being unconstitutional. Yung EJK nila, anong lumabas? Gumawa sila ng bill against EJK, hindi na naintindihan. Lahat ng killing ay EJK, basta hindi in-order ng court. Dinefine mo yung EJK, nakakatawa ka. Sinabi mo, pag government official, ay dapat life imprisonment kung EJK, nasa batas na eh. Pagka ikaw yung public official, ikaw yung nagpapatay, qualified na, life imprisonment na. Sinasabi nila, pag may reward system, life imprisonment, price, reward, or promise qualifies a killing to murder. Life imprisonment na yun, even without that bill. See? Nagsayang sila. Pinakain pa kami ng katakot-takot na Jollibee ron. Wala naman nangyari. Ang batas mo, kabote. Kakatawa yung batas na yun. Pisahin nyo. There is nothing in that bill, hindi pa pala batas, there's nothing in that bill that does not already exist in our system of laws. Wala. Kasi nga, sa Google nag-aral ng batas. Hindi pwede yung nagte-text, yung communicate, katulad ng ginagawa nila kay Grijaldo. Because, you're polluting the witness. You should not do that. Talagang brazen eh. You know why? Because the present leadership of the House has cultivated a culture of impunity. Lahat pwede na.
Siguro para malito rin sa I'm sure na-brief na ninyo eh. Nililito.
Oo, ginugulo eh. Bago magagalit ka pagka sinasabihan ng abogado na wag sumagot, karapatan po yun eh. Are you arguing against a constitutional right? Di mag-constitutional convention ka o constitutional commission o whatever, di ba? At tanggalin mo yung provision sa Bill of Rights ng right to counsel sa legislative inquiries. Tapos, but as long as that provision is standing there, every lawyer should defend that provision. So yan lang po. Kailangang may gumawa nito, otherwise nakikita nyo naman, nag-resume na naman ang Quadcom. Tignan nyo kung paano nila tinatrato si Colonel Grijaldo. Binabambuzel, ini-intimidate, binabrowbeat, binubuli dahil natatakot sila doon sa affidavit ni Colonel Grijaldo. Kasi hindi naman po habang buhay nakakulong si Colonel Grijaldo. Pagka nag-adjourn ang 19th Congress, automatically po lifted na yung detention order ni Colonel Grijaldo. At I'm pretty sure magdedemanda yan. At nakita nyo na po sa social media na totoo sinasabi niya. Kinausap talaga niya, may CCTV kung saan pumasok si Abante, si Paduano, si Fernandez at yung abogado ni Colonel Garma. So at least that fact cannot be denied. So yun lang man po to. Now, with the kind permission of Katesi, eto naman po, ito biglaan lamang. I've known na Mrs. Teresita Angsi for a long time. Pareho kaming victims advocate. 1990s pa po, nandun ako sa Volunteers Against Crime and Corruption. Kayo, tita, di ba may isang grupo rin kayo? Ano ba yung grupo ninyo? Yung
For restoration of peace and order.
yun, Movement for Restoration of Peace and Order. Then I'm also the national chairman of the Citizens Crime Watch. We're also an anti-crime watch group. Alam niyo po, nung nababasa ko pa lang ito, hindi pa siya lumalapit sa akin. Nagulat na ako rito sa sinasabing Chinese spy. Alam niyo po, I will make no judgment. Hayaan kong may investigasyon dito. Pero, what really offends my sense of justice and decency? Padala yata ni Martin yun. What really offends my sense of justice and decency is that Ni wala pang ang paglilitis, kahuhuli lamang, ni wala pang ang preliminary investigation on. Binansagan ng Chinese spy. Bakit ganon? What happened to due process? What happened to the presumption of innocence? What happened to the right to fair trial? Pinrejudice nyo na yung utak ng mga tao. Yan po ang hindi ko maintindihan. Why are certain sectors of government fostering xenophobia? Bakit? Kaaway natin ng China, may pinagtatalunan na teritoryo. Okay, fine. And I would be the last person to say na hindi dapat nating i-claim yung what is rightfully ours. Ngunit, this is not the way to do it. Paring and feathering every Chinese national who goes to the Philippines is not the way to do it. Kita nyo yung Vietnam, may territorial dispute din sila. Nagbarilan pa nga yun yung 1970s. Remember, kung yung mga mahilig sa history. Yung 1970s, noong wala pang North Vietnam, yung North Vietnam, South Vietnam pa, hindi pa unified. At ang South Vietnam ay ally ng Amerika. Nagbarilan na yung Navy ng China and Vietnam. At ito, and as an aside, at that time, the 7th Fleet was stationed off South Vietnam. Humingi ng tulong ang South Vietnamese Navy kasi nadadaig sila ng Chinese Navy. Hindi naman tumugon ang 7th Fleet. That is how reliable the Americans are as allies. Fact yan. I-google nyo. GMD, Google mo dan. I-google nyo yung battle na yan. Totoo po yan. Hindi ako nag-invento. Anyway, we can forcefully and assertively claim under international law our rights without making an enemy, a total enemy out of a nation or its people. Bakit ganon? Nahuli lang may equipment. Nagtanong din po ako nagtanong din ako kung ano yung mga equipment na yon. That is road surveying equipment para sa autonomous or self-driving cars. Ngayon sinasabi nilang very accurate yon, up to the last centimeter. Siyempre, self-driving car pag hindi accurate yun, di nabunggo yun. Ibig sabihin, maaari nag-i-spy siya. Maaari rin namang hindi. Ngunit, imbestigahan nyo muna, tingnan nyo muna, bago kayo magsalita, uy, may Chinese spy dito. The Chinese are spying on us. Talagang kinakalaban tayo ng China. And then, bakit? Bakit kahit consular officials hindi makadalaw? Tama yung sinabi ni Tito Tessie. Kung yan ay spy, ang usual diplomatic approach is deniability. Diba? Diba? Parang Mission Impossible. Pag kayo na-discover, hindi namin kayo kilala. Kasi spying on a neighboring country with which you have diplomatic relations is a no-no in international law. Bakit pupunta yung consular officials din? Hindi mo papapasukin. That is anathema to our Constitution sa Bill of Rights na sinasabing torture, violence, incommunicado are prohibited. At wag nilang sasabihin Chinese yan. Because in the same way that our laws are applicable to those who visit or who sojourn to the Philippines, ganon din po applicable ang mga karapatan ng mga taong yon. Hindi lang po citizen ang may right. Basta nasa Pilipinas ka, yung konstitusyon, yung mga rights under the Constitution are applicable to you even if you're just a tourist or you have a working visa or you are a resident or kahit nga illegal alien ka, may rights ka pa rin bakit bina-violate yung Constitution? You know, that's the same thing that happened. Yung Believe It 19, if you recall, noon si De Lima. May tinanggal na mga bilanggo sa Bilibid, nilipat sa NBI, ayaw pakausap sa pamilya kahit sa abogado. That's why we filed a petition for writ of amparo sa Court of Appeals and we were granted that because of the constitutional provision against incommunicado detention. That is the reason why tinutulungan ko po ito. Kaso nyo, yung mga ulalo dyan sa gobyerno, kapag tumutulong ka o nagsabi ka ng pabor na in favor of anything about the Chinese, abay, makapili ka.